Hello and welcome to Smacktalking Amigos with me, Kean Davidson.
And me, James Van. I was just about to say good morning, and fortunately we've adjusted the video because it was cutting off half of your massive head.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, which was a shame for everyone, to be honest with you. I'm going to spit my chewing gum out because I feel like this is very uncouth. How are you?
I am good, thank you, James. I am good, I'm getting better.
Well, you can follow us at WWE Amigos.
On Instagram and on Twitter, hashtag STA, hashtag Smacktalking Amigos, hashtag Owens vs Davidson. 2 Mondays away now, guys.
2 Mondays away at WrestleMania, and I'm not too sure that you're going to be able to get for that because obviously we have been away for a couple of weeks because you really hurt your back.
Yes, I did hurt my
Training?
back. Yeah, training for KO, obviously. I thought it'd be good to deadlift his weight to see how I could pick him up.
How did that go for you?
The first couple went alright, but the third one just...
First one you didn't support enough.
No, so I've been resting up, but I've got my guys to go to his guys, and we might be able to iron something out.
I see Mayweather, McGregor, Davidson, Owens.
Yeah, same bill.
Alongside same bill. Talking of support, first thing I want to go on to Raw, and the lack of support, and finally we see Mrs. Foley's baby boy showing some balls, standing up to Stephanie McMahon, and shoving that horrible, disgusting sock down Triple H's throat.
Yeah, Stocko came back.
He did.
But it's been cleaned.
Yes, it did look quite clean actually.
Yeah, it did look quite clean.
It looked almost like a new sock.
But the Architect saved Monday Night Raw again.
The Architect came back, saved Monday Night Raw again, however didn't get saved himself, and we saw Triple H look in some shape.
He's
ready for WrestleMania.
I thought he looked in decent shape last year for the Rumble and for Mania, but this year he looks in good shape.
Very, very lean. Leaner than we've seen him look in a long while. In fact, he looks like he's off of any bodybuilding substances that he might have been off at some point.
I'd say so, but Rollins
looks ready to go.
Yeah.
Ready to go, and that time off has actually reinvigorated his character a lot.
Yeah, I think it has. I'd like, over the next 2 Mondays, I'd like him to appear and build up that feud with Triple H. I'd like Triple H to appear as well.
We'll see him at WrestleMania, of course.
Yeah.
Are we going to see Samoa Joe in some capacity at WrestleMania with Triple H if Rollins is there? Because obviously this week we did see Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens teaming.
Yeah.
We've spoken about it for a number of weeks. The new authority, Samoa Joe.
As it came up on Instagram, the new evolution. Triple H takes the Ric Flair role. Kevin Owens takes the Batista.
What does Roman Reigns take?
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton's role. We're hoping Roman. Finally, we saw Roman this week. Again, another person grab a pair of balls this week.
Yes.
I don't want to say that to Roman Reigns' face, by the way. I'll pass on that.
Roman Reigns, WWE have to be so careful. I've said it over so many weeks how they book this match. They can book it and ruin his career,
or they can make him,
or they can make his career.
And this week when he was face to face with now, I thought the match with Jinder Mahal was weird, really weird, because I think Jinder Mahal got on a load of offense.
I think Jinder Mahal is just weird. I don't think
it's a strange. I mean, whatever we say about him, he's fighting a lot. He's wrestling a lot.
Yeah, he's wrestling a lot, and that guy's jacked up to his
eyeballs. He is. He looks great. But it was a weird match. Anyway, Roman Reigns comes out with 2 Superman punches, 1, 2, 3, down to the ring.
Yeah. HBK came out.
Mr. WrestleMania.
Mr. WrestleMania, yes, said don't underestimate him. Then Roman Reigns really good pair of balls and said, with all due respect, he ended your career and I'm going to end his.
And I think, I'm not going to make our prediction yet. Listen, we're 2 weeks off of WrestleMania. You are the prediction champions. I'm not going to make it yet, but early predictions, I'm going to say Mr. Reigns to be Undertaker, the dead man. I think Roman Reigns needs it more. Either that or somewhere along the line we see Braun Strowman get involved, because we did see Braun come down and mow down Roman Reigns this week.
I think that was a box move. I don't think that was meant to happen.
No, he went right down the aisle.
I don't think that was meant to happen. Roman Reigns had some momentum walking forward, and that wasn't supposed to happen.
Now, Braun Strowman runs into anybody.
Yeah.
It is like a freight train running into you. So he cleaned out Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he cleaned out Roman Reigns. You could see by the way he tumbled down.
Yeah.
You could see that Roman was seriously hurt.
He went down pretty hard. We saw some progress in the tag team division this week.
Yes, we now know it's going to be a triple threat match at Mania.
Which we
for
predicted.
The titles, yeah.
I'm glad about that. Are you? I'm
I would
quite
have
happy
liked
to see it.
the Hardys to come out with the tweet that Matt Hardy sent out saying Gallows and Anderson would come in for your gold.
You could still see it at WrestleMania.
Yeah, you could still see it at WrestleMania.
Still see it at WrestleMania somehow, if they can do it. But apparently the Hardys are signed to Ring of Honor.
Yes, but it's only a short-term deal. That's the only good thing about it.
And ROH always have a good relationship with WWE, unlike TNA, who again have let two of their huge talents leave for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
Three. Reby as well. Andrew McIntyre.
Yeah, Andrew. It's strange what's going on at TNA at the moment.
I mean, they're almost becoming like a developmental for WWE.
But onto the women's. We finally saw so many months we've been talking about it. Dana turn on Charlotte,
which needed to happen. We saw it with Mickie James turn last week, but this is a turn that's been happening for much longer.
Yeah.
Much longer. Charlotte has used Dana as her whipping girl. Now, what does this mean for WrestleMania? That's the question. Obviously, Bayley walks in with the title at WrestleMania.
Yes, obviously, Bayley walks in as the title. So, as far as I'm concerned, Charlotte has had a WrestleMania moment. Bayley will have a WrestleMania moment.
Definitely.
Walking in. So it's only odds on that you give Sasha her WrestleMania moment.
I think Sasha Bayley would make for one hell of a WrestleMania match. I really wish they would have held off for the triple threat.
Yeah.
That's all I can hope, but they won't.
But I think it's indication that Dana and Charlotte are the going forward feud, so maybe Charlotte does win it back.
Now, the other question is that SmackDown have said that they're going to enter in all of their women into a match at WrestleMania. Raw, it looks like all of their women are ready for a match at WrestleMania. Do they put them all together and crown a women's champion, a women's WrestleMania champion? You know, something like that, because they've not said what they're going to do, and we're 2 weeks off.
We're 2 weeks off, but as we know, matches will still be made going into the final week of Mania.
Yeah, you're right. As we saw on SmackDown this week, actually.
But after Fastlane, I was going to bring this up last week, but I couldn't come in due to back. But Raw had one match in place, and that was Goldberg versus Lesnar.
That's it.
Now, straight after that Monday Night Raw, they
managed
had
to
6.
Slot a few more into place.
From 1 to 6. SmackDown did all their booking early on, and now they've added 2 more huge matches.
And they still could have had Fastlane with their bookings in place, I think, right? I think they could have still had a really successful Fastlane.
Fastlane for me, it's happened just before Mania for the last 3 times.
I don't know it needs to happen
before
WrestleMania.
And it's kind of an odd pay-per-view because Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. Roman is going into a feud with Taker now. Presumably he will get over on Taker. But where does that leave Braun?
Braun, I imagine, will go for the Andre the Giant Battle Royal and dominate, as we expect him to. But I don't see them cutting this feud with Braun and Reigns. They seem to be wanting to continue a feud that, of course, they are continuing. Before we move on to SmackDown, is the Beast and the Legends.
Yes, the
Are
legend,
you already
the myth.
bored of Goldberg as WWE champion? Because I know that you criticised Kevin Owens, but it's like Arsene Wenger leaving Arsenal. All the fans criticise, and then when he's left, what do you think?
I still criticise Kevin Owens for his WWE Universal run, whether that was his fault or WWE's fault. And I'll criticise Goldberg. As I've said before and I've said again, I've been a big advocate of Brock Lesnar getting that title back since he lost it.
Listen, Brock needs to get the title back. I just can't see them having another match, spear, jackhammer, pin. But that's what I think they might do at WrestleMania.
But this is the interesting thing, because supposedly that is going to close out the show, because they are your 2 big money guys. But you can't they won't have a 15-minute match. we've seen Brock. Brock has gone onto the Stone Cold podcast. Dean has even said on the
He doesn't
Stone
want that sort of match
He
anymore.
doesn't want that sort of match because Dean came up with wonderful ideas at last year's Mania, but Brock just turned him down. He just wanted to go in,
Yeah.
F5 him, get his money, walk away.
Yeah.
But I have been a big advocate of Brock Lesnar winning the title, and if Goldberg had to win the title, then okay, but Brock Lesnar will be WWE champion, Universal champion by the end of WrestleMania.
Listen, if Brock becomes champion after WrestleMania, then let him hold on to that title for a year. You know, let him dominate that
he should
championship.
lose it at Mania next year.
Maybe to Reigns or something
Yeah.
like that. You know, give Reigns a year without a title now and let him really build up.
Turn
heel.
Lesnar face.
Yeah, turn Lesnar face and let Reigns come in and destroy Lesnar.
Yeah.
Or maybe have a double turn, let Reigns turn and then them start to shift again before
Yeah.
WrestleMania next year. Moving on.
Moving on to SmackDown, I wanted to bring up SmackDown because for many weeks I've said that SmackDown has beaten Raw.
Surpassed
and
it.
What?
Huge.
And wow, whoever is in the creative team over there is just coming up with ideas. I think it's Dave Finlay.
Well, I think it might be Finlay.
But can I say we finally saw Jamie Noble back on WWE?
We saw
TV.
Jamie Noble back. We once again saw Road Dogg
Yes, we
looking
did.
after Shane O.
Yep.
AJ
Well,
comes out.
AJ Styles. Wow.
We've set up. He was my wrestler of 2016 when we did our podcast.
Wow. I thought what Roman Reigns did to Triple H was awesome in one respect, but I thought
Reigns
there was
didn't-
no way back, and for AJ Styles, there's no way back.
The thing is that Daniel Bryan came out
Is he
after
fired?
and he said to AJ said, "What are you going to do? Fire me?" And Daniel Bryan said, "Damn right, you're fired." So this leads me to this question. They fire AJ Styles, right? AJ Styles has his match with Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. AJ Styles goes to Raw. Who does SmackDown pick up to replace him? Because they can't fight. They'll find something they can't find, but they could trade him. So do you trade him for Cesaro and Sheamus? Do you bring in Sami Zayn?
You can't trade him for Cesaro and Sheamus. The tag team is so thin on Monday Night Raw. Someone like Rusev,
But it's not a fair trade.
but SmackDown will make it a fair trade.
Yeah,
They will elevate Rusev. Rusev should have had multiple WWE titles by now.
I don't know who at SmackDown is controlling the creative. If it is Fit Finlay, what they're doing is they're creating an exciting show every week. They're letting a build-up happen to the show every week. They're watching what Raw does and doing it better.
Yeah, they are.
And that's what Raw's getting wrong.
Because I don't think you could have a Roman Reigns or a Seth Rollins go to SmackDown, or Braun Strowman.
Because they don't
you
want to
could
build a whole show around one person.
No, you could potentially have a Finn Balor, but then you wouldn't get the Balor Styles match that. But
Everybody wants.
if the match does go ahead, like Shane said, AJ Styles says he doesn't have him, he does now, then maybe the stipulation is if Shane wins, Styles is off SmackDown.
Right. But I think it's going to be a great match. I'm looking forward to see Shane back in the ring.
Yeah, but where does it lie? Because who has the authority here? Because Bryan fired Styles.
We'll find out next week. I haven't watched Talking Smack this week, not to be mistaken for the Smacktalking Amigos. But I'm sure we'll find out a bit more on Talking Smack. I'm sure Daniel Bryan is going to be happy. Saw 2 women's matches again.
Yes, Becky picking up the win over Natty, then Carmella laying both Natty and Becky out.
And then Mickie James, of course, picking up the victory over the women's champion Alexa Bliss. Alexa continues to impress me in the ring.
Yeah, Alexa does. Mickey's looking sharp.
Yeah, she looks sharp. They're both looking phenomenal shape.
Yeah.
Say one of your words. Phenomenal.
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 And it'd be good. That is probably the only bout at Mania I can't predict at the moment.
The women's championship. No, me either. Me either. And I'm looking forward to see it as well.
Going on to the most talked about match for Mania now.
You're talking The Miz, Maurice, Cena, Bella, which will
Nena.
which will be, by the way, the most talked about match at WrestleMania.
It will be. Daniel Bryan's segment was absolute gold.
Saying, I
Okay,
want to punch you in the face.
Maurice owned Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella came out, then owned Maurice, But then Daniel Bryan came out and owned The Miz.
As you'd expect Bryan to do. I was thinking, you know, they were almost teasing it, weren't they?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen. He's not getting back in the ring.
No.
Not on WWE TV anyway.
No. I'd like it to happen at SummerSlam potentially. If it does happen, it needs to happen at a big show.
Oh yeah, it can't happen just on SmackDown Live. If Bryan comes back,
not even on Fastlane or Money in the Bank pay-per-view, it has to happen at one of the big
SummerSlam or
4
WrestleMania
pay-per-views.
or Royal Rumble.
Yeah, 3, maybe not even Survivor Series, but that is going to be some match, and they are bringing some real life stories into this feud because Maurice is totally right by what she said.
Listen, not only that, The Miz has a point. He's saying that John Cena's a part-time wrestler now. John Cena is a part-time wrestler now. He may be the biggest draw,
but John Cena as well. Miz has stolen gimmicks.
Every one of his gimmicks.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it actually, and I think, considering we saw The Miz, John Cena, how many years ago now? 8?
Yeah.
8 years ago.
At Mania.
When The Miz was a young man. We now see them as The Miz as a really, really top heel.
Yeah.
The best heel almost in WWE.
Yes.
Versus the man in WWE, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. For me, this is much more exciting this time than it was 8 years ago.
Yes, it'd be interesting to see so long out of the ring how Maurice performs.
I think she'll do alright.
I follow her on Instagram. I think we do as well as the Smacktalking Amigos and her workout. So
I'm looking forward to see Nikki Bella and Maurice wearing their ring gear.
Yes, I'd quite like to see Nikki Bella get hold of The Miz.
Yeah, I would. I think Nikki Bella will get hold of The Miz and kick the
shit out of him.
To be honest.
But onto the tag division. This is the only part of SmackDown that has gone to a bit.
It's gone
off the boil recently.
But I must say, Jey Uso has one of the best super kicks in the WWE.
Yeah.
Kicked, I think it was Jason Jordan.
Yes.
Kicked his head off.
Yes. The Usos, I think, will be tag champions.
I think they will.
Do they do a championship turmoil?
They sort of might be doing that with the women's, so yeah. I don't know if they do.
And another question, does the tag division go on to the pre-show?
I think the SmackDown one will. I don't want it to, because I think the Alpha deserve a place.
Because with the amount of matches that we have got at Mania now, I think it's got up to 12. And there'll be more in the pipeline.
We're watching it first thing in the morning. I hope you've got to bring your coffee.
I'm going to bring my coffee. How many shows will be on the pre-show? Because we've heard rumours that WrestleMania is going to be a 4-hour show this year.
Well, the Battle Royal is going to be on the pre-show.
Yeah,
got to be on the pre-show. The tag team has to be, one of the tag teams has to be, and one of the women's division has to be. Now,
you'd say that's the championship turmoil match.
I know, and what a shame.
It's the triple threat.
What a shame, because the women on SmackDown, although they don't have Charlotte Bayley, Sasha, they've been a better division. For me, the SmackDown women's division. And I'm looking forward to seeing Naomi come back.
I think Dean versus Baron will be put on the pre-show.
Yeah, we didn't really see any continuation of it. Again, I think it'll be, listen, I think it's going to be a great match with two really, really strong competitors. I wish they could have given this more of its dues, you know?
I think it's strange how they are booking that Ambrose. They don't really know how
what to do with
book
him. They don't know what to do with him. You know, he's a perfect, for me, Ambrose is like a perfect Wyatt family member. That's what's reinvigorated Randy's career.
Yes, and talking about Wyatt family, he has blessed himself and baptised himself with
I thought Bray Wyatt was weird. This week, he was...
You've only just come up with that.
So weird.
You've only just come up with that.
He said he is the devil, and I am the devil myself. I know he's weird, but that was super strange even from Bray Wyatt this week. And what a cool little storyline we're seeing develop between Randy and Bray. We expected it. Now I do think they let it implode a little bit early, but it does allow a build up to WrestleMania.
But Randy's the Viper. All he needs is one RKO.
And Sister Abigail has her lights out.
This is the question. 1, do we see Sister Abigail debut at Mania? And 2, does Randy get the championship at Mania?
I think 1. I think we see Abigail and we see Bray retain the title, because I think that's the only way Bray retains the title.
Does Randy go for a punt to the head to end the devil, and then lights go out and Sister Abigail is just all swamped in like water and stuff?
Listen, there's one female wrestler who's been out for a while, and that's Paige.
Yeah.
And we could see her having the spirit of Sister Abigail.
We could see her.
Or Eva Marie.
Yeah, or Eva Marie, yeah.
All
I
of that,
think Paige
Eva
would
Marie.
suit it better.
I do. I think she'll act it better, Paige. And I think she'll look good with Bray. We want to know what you think, of course. What do you think was going to happen at WrestleMania? We're going to post loads before WrestleMania.
Yes, we are going to
top
get
fives.
Top 5s, top 2s, top 3s, top
Who you
1s.
predict? Who you don't predict?
We're going to be running polls, we're going to be running everything. Please ask us your questions and we will answer them whenever we can on our podcast.
So we are the WWE Smacktalking Amigos at WWE Amigos.
On Twitter and on Instagram, hashtag STA, hashtag Smacktalking Amigos,
Hashtag Owens versus Davidson. Peace.